What's going on, everybody? And I hope you're enjoying your Monday morning so far. This is NYGJFT85 here, and I'm just going to talk about. There's not going to be any stats in this video. There's not going to be any, film review or anything like that. Plain and simple, I'm going to make this video just to give my praise to the excellent work that Joe Schoen has done and how he was able to go up in this NFL draft and get some great value in where some of these guys were placed and be able to add to this team in areas that the Giants didn't think they'd be able to get. And namely, at least their top 3 picks. Now, I think Eric Gray is going to be a solid running back in the rotation with Saquon Barkley and the rest of the Giants running backs like Matt Breida and Gary Brightwell. I think Trey Hawkins has got good size and speed on the outside to potentially be a decent developmental cornerback in the backfield. Jordan Riley is a developmental defensive lineman who's got decent size but has raw skills that need to be honed. And Javarius Owens is really just a project as a back end of the roster safety who could be a special teamer going forward. But Deonte Banks, John Michael Schmidt, and Jalen Hyatt. 3 players that, in my opinion, were 3 of the top players coming into this draft. Deonte Banks is a really solid cover corner on the outside. John Michael Schmidt, arguably the best center in this entire NFL draft. And Jalen Hyatt was the Biletnikoff Award winner. And because of the fact that he was easily one of the top receivers at the first coming into this draft, and he fell. The fact that Joe Schoen was able to go out there and lock down Deonte Banks at pick number 24. The fact they only had to trade up 1 spot to get him. And then John Michael Schmidt fell to their laps at pick number 57. And they got arguably the best center in this draft, who is a monster. And then somehow Jalen Hyatt fell all the way to the 3rd round. And the Giants traded up 16 picks to lock down the speed wide receiver from Tennessee. That's just great work by Joe Schoen. Absolute fantastic work that Joe Schoen did. And I have to say, Joe Schoen has done an absolute fantastic job so far with the players that he's picked up. And not even just the players that he's drafted. Some of the players that he signed potentially in undrafted free agency. You look at some of the players that succeeded last year. Guys like Timon Fox, Ryan Anderson, and Zion Gilbert, who had some playing time. I mean, the Giants have also picked up some solid undrafted free agents as well that are part of the group that are coming in. I mean, the roster looks like it's going to be pretty filled out, though. I mean, it even says it right here on this Yahoo Sports article. With only 8 roster spots open, it looks like the Giants went for quality over quantity as they selected a small group of players, some of whom were thought to be worthy of to be drafted by some analysts. The odds that a few of these players help the team during the upcoming season seems good. Yeah, I agree on that one. And a lot of people are looking at the linebacker, Habutika, Belondato, and of course, most Giants fans are really excited about the undrafted free agent out of West Virginia. I made a video about him yesterday, Bryce Ford Wheaton, 6'4", 221 pounds. And he runs a sub 4.4 in the 40-yard dash. It's going to be very I love what Joe Schoen has done. Joe Schoen has come into this organization since last year when him and Brian Daboll come in, and he has steadily started to turn this organization around. You're starting to see the foundation being built. You're seeing the young talent being collected. You're seeing veterans want to come here, or other veterans that are free agents wanting to stay. You couldn't have said that years ago. Now you're seeing it. Joe Schoen, Brian Daboll, Brandon Brown, all these guys have done such a terrific job trying to rebuild this football team and this organization. They deserve nothing but praise for what they have done for this team. And it's a beautiful thing to see. All you have to do is just look at the draft picks that he made this past year. Deonte Banks, John Michael Schmidt, Jalen Hyatt. 3 guys who are arguably top 50 players originally coming into this draft. And you were able to get all 3. One of them fell to you at 24, and you had to trade up a spot to get him. Another one fell into your lap where you didn't even have to move, and because originally you wanted the 3rd round pick, Jalen Hyatt, at 57. But then you see John Michael Schmidt just fall into your hands, snatch him up, and then you see Jalen Hyatt fall in the 3rd round, and you go up there and you grab him. Now, I'm not saying that these 3 players, Banks, Schmidt, Hyatt, as well as the other players in the draft, Gray, Hawkins, Riley, and Owens, are going to become good players in the NFL, as well as the undrafted free agents that the Giants have brought in. Also, Giants have brought in some other guys. Toledo inside linebacker Deontay Johnson, Michigan cornerback Jimon Green, Charlotte long snapper Cameron Lyons, linebacker Troy Brown out of Ole Miss, East Carolina tight end Ryan Jones. These are all been just the moves that have been made. Some of these guys have some value to them. But at the same time, we'll have to wait and see how these players are going to pan out when they actually get the opportunity to play on the field. But right now, Joe Schoen has done a great job shaping up this roster. And I just want to give my praise to Joe Schoen and the work that he has done. And Brian Daboll as well, and all the coaches and the organization. This might sound like a pandering video. This might sound like a kiss-ass video, whatever you want to call it. I'm giving appreciation for a general manager and a head coach that have really done an excellent job reshaping the feeling around this team and this organization. Just want to give my praise to Brian Daboll, Joe Schoen, and this Giants front office and coaching staff for the job that they have done with this team. Hit the like button if you guys haven't already. Give a sub to NYGJeffyT85. More news updates and chatter surrounding the New York Giants. Turn on the bell for notifications on the next video we're short dropping on the channel surrounding the New York Giants. You guys let me know in the comment section what you think overall about the job that Joe Schoen has done with this New York Giants organization, and how you're feeling as a Giants fan as we get ready for off-season activity. Off-season activity and off-season workouts that should be beginning in the very near future. You guys let me know in the comments section. And of course, as always, hit that like button if you haven't already, and give a sub to NYGJeffyT85 and for more news and updates around the New York Football Giants. Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Take it easy, and let's go New York Football Giants. As always, together blue, everyone.